So here we are back on the Allen Heath C1500 D-live. This was a show in Paris at the venue Zénith. We are supporting a French band called Mass Hysteria for their 30th anniversary. So that's their D-live there on the left, the bigger one. But we sent all our gear over in a small van and we flew over. So I'm on the 1500 for this. Starting off with a bit of vocal delay here. Usually this goes pretty well, but actually the main singer didn't sing that last word. It should be repeated. That was a backing vocalist, so it didn't quite work there. But keep that in mind for later, we'll try and catch it again. And then I'm just going through, checking everything is all good. So you'll see I'll spend most of my time on this D layer of my fader bank. So this is my DCAs and my groups. This is kind of like the hub that I spend most of my time mixing. So you see there I press the mix button on that first blue one there on the right. That DCA spills my groups out. So that first one is all my drum group. So kick group with both kick drums, snare group, both snares, a tom group and a cymbal group. And then I can just dive between all the different pages, make sure everything's good. So a little check there, the lead vocal, pushing up the little guitar and bass there. Just giving it a dB or two just to balance it out. You can hear this song is quite aggressive as well, like a bit of distortion on the vocal. Everything's quite in your face, loud, screaming music. But yeah, I try and keep everything as balanced as I can. And then we'll try and go for the vocal delay here at the end of this verse. Going into the pre-chorus. Give a nice little bit of effect, some dynamics going on. And then we like to go really quick delay here. And just give that vocal a little bit of a sparkle in those words for the section when he actually sings them. But sometimes he's pointing the mic out to the crowd for them to sing the words. And then on this section, we're going to press this soft key there, the top right. As you see, it went from pink to blue. So that's a toggle soft key that turns my guitar group up by 2.5 dB. So if this chorus just gives it a little bit more on the guitars, a bit more sparkle. So all my toggle keys are set to be lowest setting when they're pink and then the highest setting when they're blue. So you'll see in a second I'm now going to bring up, I'll do a bit of vocal delay with this hand, and then that button there brings the entire mix up, left and right by 2 dB. And as you can see on the dB reader, it's not like making a massive difference, but it's just filling out the room a little bit more, giving this section a bit more impact, keeping the show very dynamic, up and down, and then pressing both at the same time there to bring them both down for this section. And you can see on the dB reader, like I'm at 99 over 15 minutes at the moment. The limit's 102. I'm not really anywhere near it. I think I finish at 98 at the end of the show. But then again, this section, let's go for turning the dB up and then big snare. So on this soft key at the top, that is unmuting my snare reverb. You see with my left hand I'm doing the vocal delay and then right hand's doing the snare reverb. So I'll mute the vocal delay there and then bring it back down. But yeah, the snare bomb button there on the soft key is just unmuting the send to the snare reverb. So it's already set to be quite loud and then that button just unmutes it and brings it out. So just try and catch before he hits the snare and then mute it straight after so nothing else is going into it. And it just keeps it nice and tight and just make sure I have to know the songs and when I'm going to use them. And again, let's do guitars up a few dB, give us some impact on the chorus, and I should do the vocal delay here, but I actually miss it. So I'll re-tap it in, and then he does it again, but yeah, kind of dismissed it. But yeah, I think this is basically the end of this song. So as you can see, I'm mainly just, at this point, this is like song 4 or 5 in the set, so I've kind of got everything kind of balanced. I'm just working my way through, make sure everything's sounding okay, and doing the bits of songs that I need to adjust dynamics for. So vocal effects down, guitars down, and camera off. And that's that song.